Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about Star, an OC I've had since 2022, but recently, within the last month, redesigned and redid the lore of to better it. If you want to see the old version of how she looked, I'll put it up on screen now. Yeah, not the best. From what I can remember of her original lore, she was either supposed to be Sun and Moon's sister or girlfriend. One of the two. You know how companies will take a male character and they'll make a female version of it, color it pink and call it a day? Yeah, that was what Star was supposed to be. But now she has a new design, a new lore, and I'm going to tell you about it because I just really want to talk about her. To start off, Star is not actually a Fazbear animatronic. She was made by a man in his 40s alongside a Lynx animatronic for his 14-year-old daughter. The mother was long out of the picture, and the father mainly used these animatronics to take care of his daughter while he was busy. Although eventually, Fazbear caught wind of this whole thing and ended up suing and taking Star and the Lynx animatronic. Both animatronics were taken to the Canadian Pizzaplex. In my AU, I have 4 different locations for the Pizzaplex, and if you want to know more about them, I'll cover them in a different video. Star ended up being placed in the daycare with Honey and Maple, and she actually did pretty well with her job. She was a fabulous daycare attendant, and she was really good with younger kids. However, since she wasn't a Fazbear animatronic, her repairs were very costly. And eventually, Fazbear decided that they would just need to shut her down until they could figure out how to deal with her properly. However, things did not go as planned because Monty Moose, the Canadian version for Monty Gator, his direct counterpart, overheard the staff talking about Star's situation and ended up taking it upon himself to decommission her. He led her down into a cold, concrete basement in the Pizzaplex and ended up decommissioning her there. You can even see on her endo there are hoof prints from where he continuously struck her, trying to make sure she would deactivate for good. He even took her left eye and brought it back up to the others, claiming he found it when he was patrolling the Pizzaplex. And since then, Monty Moose has not been caught for what he did. Star ended up surviving, and she hooked herself up to a small generator and sat for a while thinking about what to do. And because this is my AU, guys, and I can do whatever the hell I want, I have creative freedom, she ends up figuring out dimensional travel and becomes a dimensional traveler, hopper, or whatever. She even created herself a dimensional guide to tell her which dimensions she's been to, which dimensions she hasn't, and which ones are no-goes. Now, this section isn't related much to her lore at all. I just wanted to talk about her coloring process for a second. She took 3 hours to color. 3 hours straight. I struggled for so damn long, you guys do not understand. You also may wonder why Solar is here in my references. Well, when I was first talking about redoing her lore and her being a dimensional traveler, I thought it would be really funny if these two were besties. They both have sort of similar stories, Solar having to leave his dimension in threat of his moon, and Star having to leave hers in threat of her Monty. And so part of Star's design here is supposed to reflect Solar's in a way. How one half of Solar's face is dark, the opposite side is going to be dark for Star. Or how some artists draw Solar with red eyes. I made sure Star's were blue in order to have a nice contrast. Both these characters are able to have a decent understanding of each other and can use that to help themselves and continue their character growth. Anyways, back to where we were with the lore, Star would continue to dimension hop for a bit until she came across dimension 243-22. It was a strange dimension for sure. They seemed to have a lot of stuff going on that she hadn't really seen in any other dimension before. And she was able to check off all of her boxes, with Sun and Moon being separated, them being aware of dimensional travel, and their Monty being safe. I was very intrigued by a lot of the stuff that was going on here, such as animatronics being able to choose to be bioorganic, or a lot of them having shows on YouTube where they showed their life. And the most interesting of all, they even had another animatronic that lived here that was originally from another dimension. And this is where she meets Solar. Star ends up getting along very well with all the animatronics in this dimension. Solar and Moon even fixing up her body for her. And because of that, Star is so grateful for them and is willing to help them with whatever they need. And if you're curious about what Star's life would have been like if her Monty never decommissioned her, well, I have that all figured out, so let me know in the comments below if you want to see that. And if there's anything in general that you just want to see from this AU, let me know and I'll be more than happy to show you guys. Anyways, I'm going to end off the video here, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye!